Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of May the Devil Take You, Chapter 2, also known as May the Devil Take You 2 in America, an Indonesian horror film from 2020 that was directed by Timo Tjahjanto, and this is a direct sequel to his film from 2018 called May the Devil Take You. Our protagonist, Alfie, I kind of like that name, played by Chelsea Islan, and little girl Nara have survived the events of the first film and continue to move on with their lives. Unfortunately, they are kidnapped by a group of people and dragged to an abandoned orphanage for the purpose of assisting them in banishing a demonic entity. So apparently, these kidnappers were abused by a demented man while growing up in this orphanage. They got their retribution years ago, but death has come back to kill them, and they want to use Alfie's prior experiences to their advantage. So Chelsea Islan returns in the lead role. I would not consider her necessarily to be like a super elite actress, but I do like her screen presence, and she holds the screen well. She's a likable actress. I like how her character is kidnapped and forced to return to the horrific situation. It would have been weird for her to voluntarily return to battle these demons, or, you know what I mean? It makes it more streamlined, way for the filmmakers to bring her back into the story. It was a good choice by the scriptwriters to force her back into it. At first, you're kind of wondering why these people need her, because they don't really know her personally, but they do explain why. Sharifa Danish is in this too. I had no idea she was in this until I started watching it. Very different demeanor when compared to her role in Macabre. She was scary in that movie. Here, she's vulnerable and likable. And seeing her scared out of her mind is a new experience for me, and I liked it. So I really need to try to track down some of her other stuff if I could find it. I think she has a good range as an actress. When compared to its predecessor, I would say that the sequel is even creepier. There's a scene with the light turning on and off. It's pretty freaky. A few other moments were sufficiently unnerving. It's also quite vicious, with some violent deaths and demonic attacks to enjoy. I do think the first film has the best death between the two films, but this one does enough for sure. There's a lengthy sequence in the middle where the little girl is on her own against these demons and she's in trouble, and it's legitimately exciting to watch, I thought. It was fast-paced and fun, and this demon has some pretty interesting tactics in terms of how to break down doors that I haven't really seen before, I don't think, in a film. As an added bonus, I actually think there's a Pokong ghost in this. I haven't seen one of those in ages. You know, the way it's dressed is kind of unmistakable if you've ever seen one in movies. I did review a few of the Pokong movies in my Asian Horror Year in Review playlist, Pokong 2 and Pokong 3 being two examples. So I got some entertainment value out of a very brief appearance from that style of ghost in this film. I was not expecting that. Now, obviously, these May the Devil Take You movies are almost like a callback to the Evil Dead films from back in the day. You can tell there's inspiration there. But they do have their own demented feel to help carve out their own identity as well. Special effects are a mix of practical and CGI, but the CGI is good enough to supplement the practical stuff, so I was okay with it. Lighting is nice at times, gives kind of a hellish feel. I like Timo's direction overall. I like him as a director. Some cool camera work in this. I especially like it when he rotates the camera, which is always kind of interesting to see as a viewer. It's a little disorienting. Another benefit is that Timo doesn't really waste much time. He doesn't mess around much, in his movies. This film is briskly paced, not a whole lot of downtime in it, lots of demon shenanigans to enjoy. May the Devil Take You, Chapter 2, is a film that I would recommend, especially if you like the first one. I mean, it's very consistent in tone and execution to its predecessor, so if you like the first one, you will probably like this. It's a very consistent sequel. It's currently available streaming on Shudder in the United States. And as always, we'll see you next time.